So, welcome to Canada.
Thank you.
Congrats again on the DJ Mag #1. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Were you expecting that, or was that kind of a surprise?
It's always a surprise, you know. It's always that time of the year always make you really nervous. You know, you never know what's gonna happen, and of course I didn't expect it. I'm really happy that I actually became the number one for second time. And on the other hand, I had the biggest year of my career. You know, with all the Am Hardwell concerts worldwide and the album coming up, you know, and closing all of the festivals. So, yeah, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm really happy that actually.
It's awesome. So so you're on this Am Hardwell tour, this huge world tour. How's it going so far?
Really well, actually. Every single show has been sold out. We've been on the road for like a year and a half now, and everywhere in the world, from India, Australia to everywhere in Europe, now America, Canada. It's crazy to have your own concept and just tour around the world.
Something you've wanted for a long time, right?
Yeah, of course. I think this is just after playing all the major festivals, dance music festivals. I think for a DJ, it's really the next step to have your own concert and just showcase what you're capable of.
And how involved are you in the production of the show, the visuals? Do you handle all that as well?
Yeah, everything. Since the very first beginning, they're all meetings, and even my visual guy is doing the visuals. He's even traveling with me to the festivals. Not only I Am Hardwell, he's everywhere with me, and we always work on new ideas for visuals, and try to fit the right atmosphere for the visuals in combination with the songs. And yeah, especially now working on a new show with the album tour, that's even another step.
Yeah. And so you have a big show coming up at Madison Square Gardens, which is somewhere you've wanted to play for a long time. Do you have anything particularly special planned for that show? Is it kind of a big one, or? Yeah,
definitely. Well, this is actually going to be the first show that I'm gonna play out a lot of tracks from my album for the first time. So that's really exciting.
Are you nervous to kind of break those?
Yeah, definitely. Because some of the tracks I'm gonna play are definitely completely different from what what people will expect.
I mean, the reception on Young Again has been pretty good so far, right?
Yeah.
People seem to like it. But you're still nervous about the other tracks?
Yeah, definitely, because Young Again was a little bit more commercial for a Hardwell track, but then again, sound-wise, it's really close to Apollo, for example, and there are like a couple of tracks on my album that are like completely different, like rock tracks, and
Just all different genres. Right?
Yeah.
And your parents used to come watch you when you were really young, because when you were DJing at 14, you couldn't get into the clubs without them. Do they still come and watch you even on this tour? Or?
Actually, my parents coming to the Miami and Madison Square Garden show, and I took my parents to Tomorrowland, so they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so about your album, so United We Are, it's called, coming out early 2015, right? Have you finished it yet? Or?
No, I'm not finished it yet. After Madison Square Garden, I have 2 weeks off to finish it. It's almost finished. I'm like on 80%.
It's like mastering the tracks now.
Yeah. Every song is there. Yeah. So it's not that I have to come up with new songs. Every song is there. I just need to finish it. So I have like 2 weeks off in the studio, and that's been like a year and a half to spend like 2 weeks in a row every day in the studio. So I can actually wait to finish the album, and then in January I got like basically the whole month off, and then I'm gonna start working on. I don't know. I don't want to say a second album, but I'm gonna work on new songs as well.
And is there any specific release date yet, or you haven't?
Yeah, the 23rd of January is the release date of the album.
And so, between then and now, can we expect to hear more singles?
Yeah, well, the single in between now and the album is gonna be "Don't Stop the Madness."
Okay.
You can look it up. I think
it's
it's with W&W and Fatman Scoop. It's in the Tomorrowland After movie, so you can check it there. And there are several rips on YouTube.
Sure.
And
so we're only gonna get one more single between now and the release. Okay. And you said in the past that you want this album to kind of show people that Hardwell could, he could span a whole bunch of genres, not just big room. So what other genres could we see on the album?
Some rock influence, even. It's still a dance music album. Yeah. So it's not that I'm, for example, not like Avicii that I, making country songs or whatever. It's still dance music, and every record is still dance floor minded. There are different. I'm just exploring.
Like deep house.
Yeah, there's one more deep house track on the album.
You have a collaboration with Tiesto too, right? The follow-up to. So what could you tell us about that?
The track with Tiesto, that's a funny thing, because we've been working on a track for, no joke, I think 4 years.
Really?
Actually, we finished the song. Not finished the song, but like the first draft of the song. We did it at the same period as 076, and we never finished the song. It's a vocal song, and
Who's doing the vocals for that?
Andreas Mö. You know him from Avicii's song "Fade into Darkness," and he's also doing. He also had a collaboration with Tiesto on his album called Echo, and well, he did an amazing job on the vocals. And actually, we just got rid of the whole instrumental from 4 years ago and made a completely new song around the vocal. And that song is definitely one of my favorite songs of the album.
I'm looking forward to that. And you're on this tour. You're trying to make an album. How do you balance the two? Because it's kind of hard to write music on the road.
Yeah.
How are you balancing? And you also have revealed recordings. How do you balance everything? You have so much on your plate.
Actually, that's one of the reasons why I'm flying back tomorrow. Because I could have stayed here, and it's only 5 days. But in that 5 days, I have to work for Reveal, recording my radio show, and even work on the album. So. Yeah, it's sometimes hard to balance out, especially with all the time difference and traveling. And well, it's going really well. I can't wait to actually finish the album.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. And yeah, so just going back to DJ Mag, now that you've made it twice to the #1 spot at such a young age, do you feel more pressure now that you have to deliver, that there's more expected of you now that you've held that title for 2 years in a row?
I don't know. It's always kind of a pressure, that #1 position. And well, I can be like for 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. But there's gonna be a time I'm gonna drop down, and I'm really happy that I actually just achieved it. And well, if I'm number 6 or whatever, number 50, I will still enjoy what I'm doing, and I will continue with my tours. Nothing is gonna change, It's just, in the end, it's just a number in front of my name, and even I'm gonna play really less gigs coming year because I want to focus on my production side as well. I'm building a new studio as we speak, so I'm going to spend more time in the studio instead of on the road. And I just want to try to keep developing my sound as well. And when as you mentioned, when you're constantly on the road, it's really hard to actually spend time in the studio and try to innovate yourself and innovate your sound. So I think the album is just the first step of what's coming.
Are you able to write songs on the road?
Yeah, I write songs on the road, but just a couple of ideas. Most of the time it's just like a piano melody with chords.
Together.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, and at such a young age, you've achieved so much success. How do you stay humble with all this success, all this praise, everything?
It's a good one. I think I'm not really thinking about staying humble, or I think it's just the way. Well, I'm not. Yeah, just the way I am. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm really thankful and grateful for everything that's happening. And even when I even get a little bit arrogant, for example, I think my friends and my whole team will be like, "Yo, keep your feet on. Yeah, bring me down and keep your feet on the ground."
So walk me through, quickly the process of making a Hardwell track. Where does it start? Does it start on the drum beat and the melody? Where does it start for you when you go to make a brand new track?
Actually, it depends, Sometimes I start with, most of the times, like 80% of the time, I start with melody and chords. I have a certain idea and then maybe an idea for a certain sound or a certain drop, and I always start with melodies and just, messing around with them and then looking for the right sounds. And sometimes I just start with the beats, and actually, it depends. When I'm in the studio, I always try to, come up with melodies and just simple ideas, and then I will see. I'm always a guy that I never finish tracks. I just make ideas from like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then just start playing those demos out, and then based on the crowd reaction, I decide which one I'm gonna finish.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.